we head to the desert southwest Phoenix, Arizona, where we have our first guest joining me tonight. Her songs come from her journey to find her identity in Christ and allow His healing and freedom to permeate every area of her life. She has experienced deep wounds from abuse and trauma, but she has found the grace of God to be sufficient, and she has seen His power made perfect in her weakness. Her songs are one of the ways she has experienced the heart of God, and in playing them, she hopes to invite others to experience His healing presence as well. To create a safe place to call for help, to pour out pain, and know His love. And she, of course, she would love and to respond and connect with you on social media. And you can check her out on YouTube and other streaming places as well. Please welcome once again. She's no stranger to the Reds Room stage. Please welcome the one and only Anna Dufek. Anna, good evening to you. Welcome to Reds Room. How are you?
Thanks. I'm good. I'm a little nervous, but I have a new song, and then I have some that I've never played on Red's Room and haven't really
Well,
had a
this
chance to
is the
practice.
place to try it out. I don't know what you're so nervous for. I mean, we're a very gracious, loving, encouraging audience. Aren't we, Reds Room people? Just saying.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate the chance to play my songs for you guys. I have
So,
really
what
been grateful
what
for
other
this.
things have you been up to the last bit of time since you last joined us on Reds Room, other than crafting the new song? Anything else we should know about?
I'm trying to think of anything. I mean, just working at a camera store and doing photography here and there. And my allergies have been crazy. I've actually been doing allergy treatment. So, um, yeah, that's life.
Oh my!
Healing comes in
You mean
many
you mean
different
that type
ways.
of season hits even down there with different stuff too this time
Oh,
of year?
we had a crazy rainy season where I've heard so many people say like I don't usually have allergies, but this year has been terrible. So, as someone who already
Wow, so you
struggles
guys have had more
vocally,
rain than normal,
yeah.
and we're getting heat. There's clearly something wrong with this picture here. Apparently,
Yeah.
we sent
It's
too much of
beautiful
our
though.
weather, and you sent us too much of yours. I guess I don't
Right?
know.
Oh, it's been beautiful. The word super bloom has been thrown around multiple times for different types of flowers. Like one wave of like poppies will bloom, and then the brittle bush, and now the palo verdes are all in bloom, and so it's been really gorgeous. I kind of wonder if this is how things used to look. It makes me think of all those verses in Isaiah about the desert breaking into
Yeah,
bloom. So it's been really magical.
it was so really cool because when I was down, months ago visiting Red, everything was just yellow, its usual dormant state with how warm and dry it usually stays down there. And when I went down, I think it was last month, everything was green. He's like, yeah, I don't know. He was having trouble adjusting to it all, it being green. He's like, I don't. It's been like a decade or something since we've seen it this green over
Yeah.
here
Oh
with the
yeah.
grasses. It was kind of surreal to see. The grass is that green over there in LA, but it was kind of cool at the same time just to see
Yeah.
different side of it down there. Anna Dupek is here with us on Red's Room tonight. What is song number one you've got for us tonight?
So, song number one is a song that I wrote almost to the day a year ago, and then I'm gonna play a new song that I just finished yesterday, and I don't even think it's actually finished because I want to tweak the melody a little bit. It actually sounds a little bit like the first
Whoa,
song I'm gonna play,
yesterday.
like the
Love
new
it.
one. So, anyway, it's fresh out of the oven, as one of my songwriting friends says, a little doughy, but it's I'm gonna play it. So this first song is called "In the In Between." And the story I like to preface it with is this Aesop's fable I read a long time ago, where this boy is given this spool of golden thread, and if he unravels a little bit, it fast forwards his life, and so he begins to fast forward a little bit just to see what it would happen. And so he's like, well, I'm young, I want to be married. So he fast forwards to being married. And then, as him and his wife have a fight, so he fast forwards through that. And then they're like ready to have kids, so he fast forwards to that. And then the kids are crying, so he fast forwards the kids crying. And then he gets to the end of his life, and he realizes that his entire life was actually happening in those big, on those little tiny in between moments, and not the milestones themselves. So that kind of came to mind as I was processing the fact that, I mean, I love getting to do this at Red's Room, but I really have a passion for these songs and for playing them for people, for recording an album. But I'm realizing in this season of my life, and it's been the past couple years really, that it's in these in between moments when the Lord is building the character in us that we need in order to handle the milestones. And so I think my perspective is changing from a focus on the milestones to a focus on, all right, Lord, what are you doing right now? So the song is called In the In Between. All these dreams unfulfilled, and I'm left empty-handed, wondering if they ever will. My whole life is on hold. This stage is filled with others, while I sit growing old. I know it breaks your heart to watch me fall apart, when I just want to fast forward. I don't want to wait for it. Life happens in the in-between. In the midst of these questions, I wish I could be present. Life happens in the in-between. Help me see that you're here, and you won't leave me hanging or waste a single tear. Hold the ache in my soul till I can count the blessings and finally start to hope. Help me find some peace and know you fight for me, when I just want to fast forward. I don't want to wait for it. Life happens in the in-between. In the midst of these questions, I wish I could be present. Life happens in the in-between. Fix this. Sorry, guys. There is beauty now if I'll just slow down, when I just want to fast forward. I don't want to wait for it. Life happens in the in-between. In the midst of these questions, I wish I could be present. Life happens in the in-between.
Great stuff by Anna Dufek, getting us started here tonight on Red's Room. Jose Baraja says, great song.
Thanks.
And I'm beginning to still wonder, why the heck is nervous around here? With songs and lyrics and transparent, just raw honesty like that, how could you not be blessed with stuff like that tonight? We're so glad to have all of you with us here on Red's Room tonight. Michelle Hudson says, Anna, your bio sounds like mine. She says, wow, I love that song. Life happens in the in-between. You know, amen to that. I could not agree more, because sometimes what I always heard sometimes, and maybe you can expound on this a little bit, is life sometimes in your character isn't necessarily sometimes determined what you do when things are going well, when things are even sometimes when you're down on the bottom and struggling. It's what do you do in the waiting? What do you do in the middle? when you're waiting for a promise from God, when you're waiting for something, when you're holding on to something with everything you got, what happens in the in between? I think that's what really goes a long way in shaping who we are and what our character looks like. And I don't know if you can attest to that at all in as part of this song.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I look at the songs I'm writing now, and as I look forward to recording an album, hopefully later in the year, once I finish all my allergy treatments, because those have really affected me vocally, I I look at the songs I've written the past couple of years, and a few years ago, I was actually working on an album that just never came to fruition. It all kind of fell apart. And most of the songs that are going to be on this album were not even written yet. And so I feel like the Lord has really used this time as a crucible to really refine my message and my passion, and to even move me past maybe some of the even like self absorption and wallowing in my emotions to actually being in a place where the goal is not to wallow in emotion, but to actually like be honest about it before the Lord, and then to move into hope and healing and resilience, to not stay in that wounded state being defined
Yeah.
by wounding, but to move toward identity in Christ. And so um it's interesting. I wanted to play these songs back to back, even though this song I feel like maybe needs a little bit of work still, and sounds a little bit like the one I just played, because it shows you where I've been this past year to now, where I'm starting to really believe that God has reasons for the waiting, and that the song is called "Wiser Than I," and that it's about the fact that God really knows more than I do, that he's a good father, not like a broken earthly father that is self-absorbed and even cruel, but a God who is compassionate, who my suffering breaks his heart, and yet he still in his wisdom is not going to give me something that isn't good for me yet. And even the best thing he could give me if I wasn't ready for it would actually be the worst thing. And so I have to believe that. I waited till I was 35 to get married, and I'm so grateful because the Lord did work in my heart in that time period, that if I had been married at 21, which is what I wanted when I was in college, I used to joke about getting my MRS degree and a ring by spring and all that stuff. And I just look at my life now, and I'm so thankful that the Lord took me on a journey of healing to be able to know what a healthy relationship looks like.
I hear you there. I mean, I think I'm learning the same thing. I've, some of you may know, I've been divorced for 3 years, and I've been on a journey to find my next um, companion. And sometimes those seasons are hard.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine what you went through as far as. For I come at it from a different angle, having have had that and kind of am searching for it again. And I know I can't imagine to wait that long for to start a family. I imagine there came seasons of trials, of valleys, just things you had to go through. And I'm kind of the same thing too, where I think in my ideal, I don't know if everybody has their 5 year plan or whatever you joke about calling it, but we all have them. Of ideally, well, where do I want to be in 3 years? What do I want to be in 5 years? And you pray about it, and sometimes it doesn't turn out in the way that sometimes you would even hope, or maybe you thought that God had plans, because sometimes things can change. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we can change the course of things just based on our decisions and the course that we chart, which sometimes is different from God, and sometimes He can redirect for us and get us back on that same path, and other
Mm-hmm.
times, He has to alter it a different way. But we have to
Mm-hmm.
trust that wherever He's leading, He's got our best interests at heart far better than we do.
Yeah.
Because I think if you would have asked me 3 years ago, I think I probably would have saw myself like at least in a relationship or remarried by now. And I'm still kind of more or less in the waiting phase.
Mm-hmm.
And I trust that God has some plan for that.
Yeah.
And it's whatever you're waiting for. I think it's important not
Mm-hmm.
to lose hope on whatever it is you're waiting for, because I think once you lose hope in those things, um, you end up getting into despair, and you end up
Mm-hmm.
getting into just you end up falling victim and falling trapped where the enemy wants you. And it's true that you shouldn't be led by emotions. Emotions, I think, are human, they're real, but it's what you do with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And even in that place of hurt, you give those things over to God and just continue to let Him work on
Mm-hmm.
you,
Yeah.
continue to let Him heal you in that place. And
Mm-hmm.
I know this, you just kind of, I don't want to say put the finishing touches on this one yesterday, but I'm really excited now that you shared the backstory of
Mm-hmm.
this is what it was a year or two ago, but this is part of what comes out of the season of that
Mm-hmm.
waiting.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to hear this new tune.
Thanks,
Please go
brother.
ahead and share that with us if
All
you will.
right. You haven't given reasons. Every door is still closed. I lived a hidden season as the deeper roots grow. Still there's beauty all around. You were working here somehow. Give me eyes to see it now. You are wise, wiser than I. You are wise, wiser than I. Wiser than I. And when I'd rather wander, call me back to your arms. Tell me I matter, Father, that you want my whole heart. All my anger and my tears, even doubt is welcome here. Comfort me until it's clear. You are wise, wiser than I. You are wise, wiser than I. Wiser than I. You know what's best for me, Lord. You won't give what I'm not ready for. It takes time, I don't always know why, but I know you are wiser than I. You are wise, wiser than I. You are wise, wiser than I. Wiser than I.
Wow. You may call that doughy. I think that song is just about ready to be something delicious and quite good there. Let me tell you, that was oh yeah, I was good. Wiser than I, Anna Dufek right here. How long does
Thank
it
you.
typically take you to write a song like that? Does it? I know a lot of it for you is just based on, like you said, when I was introing you a little bit ago about this messages of hope and healing and a lot of life experiences that you've gone through in hopes that people would experience the same healing that the Lord is bringing you through. And I think that's what we should all be doing, just
Mm-hmm.
in places that the Lord has brought us through. We give His love away and help others to achieve because He's not a respecter of persons. The same healing that we have and help a brother and sister through that. And when you're writing a song like that, is one of those songs that just kind of comes to you over just a very short, quick matter of time, or just some of these songs you just get in pieces and you have to kind of stew on them and let them marinate a little while, so to speak? Is it just depending on the song? How does it happen for you?
Yeah, it really depends on the song. That one, the the line about a hidden season has been kind of stewing for a while because I felt like that there's so much I want to happen, and I kind of feel like the Lord's like, yeah, like I'm doing a work here. Like roots grow in the ground. You don't see them growing, but they're there and they're necessary for fruit. And so a lot of trees will grow down before they grow up. And so and plants do that too. So having to believe that there's a work, even if it's a hidden work that is happening in the season, that line has been kind of there for a while. And then even the chorus, probably 6 months, maybe a year, maybe longer, I kind of had that idea of the line wiser than I. But it took me a while to kind of combine those pieces. And so, I mean, this song maybe finally got put together over the course of a week, but I have voice memos and notes and all this stuff on my phone, and sometimes I'll take pieces. Even the melody was something else originally, like it was a different line there that I kind of was like, I kind of like what I did with that thing I was thinking about. And so I think the more I write, the more I start feeling like it's a piece by piece process and not a moment of inspiration. And I kind of always thought that songwriting would be that because in a lot of ways earlier in my songwriting, that's what it was I kind of just came to God with my guitar just out of absolute desperation. And I think now I've found other ways to interact with the Lord and you know, journaling and thankfulness and just conversations in the car on the way to work, you know. Um, and so I think that um, there are songs that in that moment I just need to hash out with the Lord, and they happen in a you know in a session or two. But there are songs that maybe because the truth needs time to get really into me, where I can sing it and believe what I'm singing. It's not an easy song to write. So I think that one needed some time.
Great stuff. Beautiful, says Michelle Hudson. Hello, Tom Taylor. Good to see you. Great to have you with us here on Red's Room. Hello to everyone watching out there. Robin Whittister, thank you so much. She says both Michelle and Robin say that they are both in a place of healing and refinement and in the waiting. So I think those songs have definitely blessed them tonight. Such good stuff. Thank you all for watching out there. Friday night edition of Red's Room. What do you have for the third song for us, Anna?
All right, so this is a song I haven't played on Red's Room. I wrote it like back in September, but it just hadn't been the right time. And this is still kind of an ongoing process, I think, for any of us, is just finding time to be with the Lord and to realize that ultimately as much as I need to pray, I also need God's perspective on my life too, not just to speak, but like to be desperate for his words back to me, whether it's from his word or something he has to say. So this is a song that is a prayer and a hope that these rhythms become ingrained in me. So as I sing it, it's kind of a cry to teach me how to do this. The song is called Speak into the Void. God, you know I hate the silence, 'cause it always feels like violence. Thoughts, they keep on rushing, the emptiness is crushing me. The ache can't be killed, it cries out to be filled. Oh, speak into the void. I turn off all the noise. Shake the wilderness. Come fill up the abyss with your voice. Speak into the void. Wrap your arms around this child. I I feel lost here in the wild. Chase away the shadows. Tell me that I matter, please. I wait for your words in places where it hurts so. Speak into the void. I turn off all the noise. Shake the wilderness. Come fill up the abyss with your voice. Speak into the void. You hovered over emptiness when earth was without form. And at your words the darkness split and you made light blaze forth. You breathe into your people with a kiss. You make me live again. So speak into the void. I turn off all the noise. Shake the wilderness. Come fill up the abyss with your voice. Speak into the void.
There we go. I'm going to speak into the void right here on Red's Room. Anna Dufek here with us. I'm trying to keep my thing on landscape because I know I'm a little bit cropped when I have it this way. But I want to read some of these comments real quick before I kind of flip it back in the road. Melody says, hello, hope all is well on Facebook. Adrian Spencer joining us. Good evening to you. Or should I say good day to you, Australian friend. Lisa Ritter, good evening to you. I think it was one of our other commenters. Oh, I can't bring it up. But what they were saying is that your music it basically encaptured everything that they were feeling and going through during the season. And so they wanted to thank you for musically, lyrically summing up everything that the Lord has been taking them through on this journey. So thank you for all the great comments tonight. Trying to get to them as fast as they can. Of course, when you're on mobile, you can only see so many at a time before you kind of just lose them. It's a little harder to do than when I'm on my computer system. So bear with me, everybody. But thanks everybody for being with us here on Red's Room tonight. Now, Anna, what musically can we look forward to in the next few months as we continue to roll through the spring and early part of the summer? What musically can we look forward to in the next number of months?
So hopefully I'll be posting this this new one on my YouTube channel in the next couple weeks, just a live version of it. And I'm just, prayerfully asking the Lord for opportunities to play open for people and stuff. So if you want to join me in prayer for that if it's the right time, the Lord would do that. I still just really have a passion to play an entire show, like basically my first album whenever I recorded, of like playing through the whole album of like, here's what it looks like to bring every emotion to the presence of God, and here's what it looks like to then run to Him for healing and identity, like in an album. It sounds like a big thing, but that's really my heart. So I would love to actually have a whole show to do that. So, I have no idea. That's me dreaming, but I'm also trusting that the Lord knows when that's supposed to happen, and I've thought it was time before, and so I think I'm at the point now where I'm like, okay, but I think in this season the Lord has been separating my worth from having to have that happen in order to be okay. Like, I need to prove to people that I'm really a songwriter. Like, the Lord is weaning me off of that lie, So anyway, but that's
we never wonder about that on this program, just so you know.
Thank you.
But are you saying he's wiser than us?
Yeah, right.
see what I did there? No, yeah.
I know. I was just joking with a friend about my whole goal and commenting on people's Instagrams, songwriters I like, is trying to incorporate their lyrics into it somehow as a joke. But anyway.
Anna Dufek, thank you to the dozens of people who are currently watching. Y'all spending your Friday night with us. We're so grateful for you to do so. blessing you with this
So,
encouraging music, with great talent. What's the last song that you have for us tonight?
so this last song is called "Tell Me What You See," and as I've been stepping into different opportunities, whether it's doing photography, like whenever I do a portrait session, I don't know if any of the other photographers feel this, but like in the past at least, I've been just absolutely terrified. Like I'm gonna screw this up and all that imposter syndrome coming to the forefront. And even preparing for this show, I struggled to get to sleep last night because of playing new songs and not having practiced as much as I would have liked to. And the Lord can use that anyway. But the song is asking God, apart from what I think about my worthiness or my ability to tell me what He sees, to tell me who I am to Him. And so that's what the song is about. And I feel that too. Like I've felt attacked as I prepare for Tuesday. I'm teaching my husband's high school students about songwriting, and I feel like the enemy's working overtime to discourage me and tell me I don't have anything to say. So this song is kind of about that constant struggle to be like, all right, Lord, like whatever opportunity you're giving
I
me,
could
like,
totally see you doing that,
yeah.
by the way. I totally can.
Yeah, the reason a year ago when I talked about songwriting on Red's Room, it was because I had no voice left after teaching my husband's fifth graders when he was teaching fifth grade. So anyway, that song I was the only song in the in between was the only song I played that night. So if you want to hear me talk about songwriting with a hoarse voice, go find that video. But anyway, I'll go ahead and play the song. This is called "Tell Me What You See." Walking through this open door, why do I feel insecure? Is this what you made me for? Tell me what you see, oh, tell me what you see. When you look at me, oh, tell me what you see. All the voices of the past, they conspire to hold me back. You supply all that I lack. Tell me what you see, oh, tell me what you see. When you look at me, oh, tell me what you see. I'm your daughter, you're my father, and you offer living water. I'll trust you at your word. I'll trust you at your word. Holy Spirit, let me hear it. Though I'm weary and I fear it, I'll trust you at your word. I'll trust you at your word. Tell me what you see, oh, tell me what you see. When you look at me, oh, tell me what you see. I'll no longer run and hide, knowing you are at my side. You are where my heart abides. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. When you look at me, tell me what you see.
Tell me what you see. Anna Dufek right here on Red Room. Fantastic stuff. Anna,
Thank
for
you.
those who are watching tonight, of course, we've enjoyed the music tonight. If they want to continue following you on your musical journey, tell us via socials, online platforms, wherever they can continue to follow your journey on. Share with us some of those if you would.
So, my YouTube channel is one of the best places. Just YouTube, Anna Dufek, ANNA. Do ukuleles frighten enough kittens? Is how you remember my last name. So anyway, that's yeah, Anna Dufek on YouTube, and there's a music channel I don't really use, but there's one that's just my name, and it's got like 100 something videos. That's the one to check out. So I've got a whole section of creativity that's got stuff on songwriting and stuff on photography and all sorts of fun stuff. And then if you want to see random pictures of my cat and my photography and my music,
I
at Anna Dufek on Instagram. So and Anna
came
Dufek
back
Music on
to
Facebook.
Facebook real quick. Um, some of these great comments. Lisa Ritter says, Anna, you are so beautiful inside and out. Your music reflects God's great love for you. Michelle Hudson says, Anna, what I see is a very anointed singer songwriter. Could not agree more. Anna, you know we love you around here. Personal and professional blessings to you. Keep on writing those songs
Thank you.
just of this lyrical transparency and just in a style that is able to meet us all right where we are at, and keep having a heart for God and for people to see them healed and restored, helping us through our different seasons of life that we navigate. So we appreciate you and we thank you so much for sharing your time and your talents here with us tonight on Red Room.
Yeah, thank you so much.